the video. And now the video's going, guys, it's Kate. This is Date Fails. I'm here in my apartment. Einstein is behind me. If you can't see this because you're listening at home, I have a very cool graphic. I don't want to call it a painting.
It is cool.
Because the guy is actually a graphic artist. He does these on the internet, on his computer somehow. He does
really
art.
dope.
Yeah. But his name is Rob Sakatis. He didn't pay me to do this ad or even ask me to mention it, but he sent me 2 of the dopest art pieces I've ever seen. I have no artwork in my apartment other than...
Well, now you do.
Now I have these.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, and then I have a bunch of birds on the wall. Do you see all the birds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that was from a bird calendar that I bought at the 99-cent store. And then I framed all the birds.
That you had all those birds on there.
I like birds because they represent freedom.
Yes.
Because they can fly, you know.
And it's a good thing that you keep this painting out here in your living room. Can you imagine having that in your bedroom?
It's a little creepy, right?
Right?
But wait, let me tell you the story
it's just
behind
like
it.
Einstein's like...
Yeah. For the people at home, I'll totally post a photo of this painting so you can see it. Well, I gotta stop calling it a painting. What do you call it? Art piece.
Art piece. It's an art piece.
This art piece. It's basically just Einstein's...
Yeah, but you gotta paint it in order to make it an art piece.
No, he didn't
It's a
paint
graphic
it.
design.
He painted it on Photoshop, I think.
Adobe
Photoshop paint,
Okay.
maybe. I don't know if he painted this from scratch, so I feel like he took a photo of Einstein and went from there. I'm not really sure. Now I feel like we have to find out the answers. This is the worst opening.
It's still
to a
cool.
podcast.
It's still art, so it's art at the end of the day.
It's art, okay? And the reason I got this piece, because this guy, Rob, came to see me in Vegas, and he said, actually, I found his art on Instagram. He follows me, but every once in a while, I'll look at my followers' pages just to stalk them and see, like, what my followers are up to. And I happened to go to his page, and I was like, this is fucking the sickest artwork. So then I invited him to a show in Vegas because he lives there. And when he came, he brought me 2 art pieces, and this was one.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, but what's cool about it is it's just Einstein's eyes, and then the whole bottom of it is basically like streaming paint. And he said, this is, you know, Einstein's theory of if you make the same mistake twice, or what is it? It's if you do something twice and expect different results, then you're crazy.
I don't know.
You've never heard that?
I've heard it.
I didn't graduate high school, so I'm not sure.
Renee's like, I work at Burger King and I'm 57. No, you know the theory, they say if you do the same thing twice and expect different results. Then you're crazy. So, like, if you date the same guy twice and you think he'll be different the second time, you're crazy.
That's true.
So this guy, Rob, the first time he printed this, he thought the printer fucked up, and he tried to run it again.
That's dope, actually.
Yeah, and it went through like this twice, and then he said, oh shit, it's Einstein's theory, and I'm crazy for trying to run it twice. So I got this one because apparently Rob thinks I'm crazy.
And he's looking at you like you're crazy.
And he's actually right.
And it's creepy.
It's crazy.
A couple nights I've gotten stoned in here and thought he came to life. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you have a very... Now that you pointed out the whole birds thing, I'm thinking to myself, you have something with animals here. She's like, if you guys can't see this, like she's got birds on her wall. She's got a blanket over there with monkeys. This laptop is sitting on a box with crabs and starfish.
I never noticed that.
There's a flying cat. There's a flying cat over there.
It's not a flying
tiger.
Wait, what flying cat?
There's a flying. What is that? A mouse?
She's not aware.
Wait, I have to show them. Hold the mic. Hold on.
I'm gonna hold this mic.
Keep talking. You're fine.
I'm not kidding you. There's a flying. It looks like a flying rat cat. I don't know what that is.
It's not a flying cat. Hold on, what is this? I forget what this is. No, it's actually, it is, but you guys, for those of you not watching the video, it's a card. My mom sent it to me for Valentine's Day, and it's a freaky cat with fangs and wings and hearts on it. I don't know why my mom picked this. My mom sent me one day, I'm not kidding, she sent me a care package in the mail.
And I like the way you just threw it on the floor.
Mom, I love you.
My mom sent me this.
That card. I actually left it sitting on the coffee table, and I think when my cleaning lady came, I was out of town, and she put it up like it was an art piece, and I just kept it there.
Well, she must have also put up these Virgin Mary candles that you have
No,
here.
I bought them.
Like, bless this woman.
Right. I do. I have
She's like, bless this white girl. She needs help.
I have like Jesus prayer candles.
She turns them on when you're not here just to bless the house.
Actually, is this Mary? It says Virgin Guadalupe.
That's what,
Is that what they call her?
that's what
Virgen
the
de Guadalupe.
Yes,
Wait,
this is total
in Spanish.
Mexican shit right here.
What
ladies
does
and gentlemen.
Guadalupe mean, Mary? Why does it mean Mary?
Well, she could
So-
probably explain that better than I can.
Explain.
She's from Honduras.
So, Mary in Spanish is Guadalupe.
Oh, well, that's a very simple explanation. I thought it was going to be a way more like detailed story, like somehow.
I don't know
No, it's
much,
not. It's
but
like-
I know
it's
that
actually
much.
a lot simpler. Yeah, that's
Guadalupe
kind of
doesn't-
simple.
Guadalupe
Doesn't mean
Lupe?
Mother of Christ. It just means Mary.
Wait, no, I'm wrong. It means that
Oh.
Maria. No, I'm so wrong.
Santa Maria. Are there any Latinos out there?
Someone-
that
Can
can help us
someone, answer this for us? Because we're just.
Someone's going to send me an email and be like, "Fuck you, Guadalupe."
out? I'm from Texas, by the way, so
Aren't you half Mexican?
half.
Aren't you Mexican?
Yeah.
Descendants,
I'm like
right?
fourth
Like-
generation. I don't really
You are?
know. Yeah.
And I'm Honduran, so
My-
I really
My
don't
great
know.
grandmother was born in San Antonio, Texas. That's how
Mexican you
that's
are?
how Mexican I am.
That doesn't make you Mexican. That makes you Texan.
You know what? That's actually a good point.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
just
make
thought
you
about
Mexican
that.
at
Thank
all.
you very much.
You'd have to be born
All
in Mexico. Jesus Christ. I think I'm going to edit this to start it 7 minutes in. I'm going to be like, that part, none of that counted.
But I really want to know now. I'm really interested in Guadalupe.
All right, we're going to pause it to figure out who the fuck. I shouldn't say fuck what. Guadalupe probably means Mother of Christ.
It
I
probably does.
The prayer candles in my living room because I actually believe people are going to think I'm
Oh,
insane.
I can't
now.
wait to hear this.
I believe in angels and demons and spirits. I really do. And I believe in burning prayer candles and saying a prayer that it like cleans.
Okay, but where does that
Dark
come
spirits.
from, okay? Like, where, that has to come from either your
Upbringing?
background or upbringing, yes.
Her conscious.
You really want to know this? Oh man, my listeners are going to be like, all right, they're going to be so shocked, but I can tell it.
Oh, no, they gotta hear it now.
I mean, all right, I've never told this on here. Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
never
God,
did
here we
this
go.
yet.
Yeah.
All right, you're hearing it first.
I don't talk about religion, but I believe in God. I really do. And I grew up in a Christian family, okay?
As did.
And then
Me too.
we all did.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere along the line, I stopped believing in God and I hated the Christian church. And I'll tell you why. Because when my mom and dad split up when I was young, we were really active in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And all those bitches, those ladies that were like my mom's friends,
Oh,
fucking
God.
just talked so much shit and they were rude to her. Because back then, like I'm old, back then divorce, if you were like a church-going family and you got a divorce, it was kind of like you were the talk of the town. It was a small town.
Yes, and every
Like,
time
did
they saw you,
hear
they went,
so and so?
oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
You grew up in one of those towns, too?
Yeah, a
Jeez.
small enough town to where people talked. And I remember looking at those people and thinking, if that's a representation of what Christianity is, I don't want anything to do with it.
Well,
So I quit the church, right? But then
like you turn in your resignation. You're
I
like,
turned
look,
it in.
I'm giving
I
my 2 weeks
I wrote
notice.
my letter.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna come to the next 2 masses, and then after that, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And as a kid, you hate church. It's boring as fuck. I didn't want to go anyway,
Well, half the time we were asleep anyway, so it didn't matter. It's
I was
boring.
in
You're not listening to anything.
I was in Sunday school, during the service, but I'll tell you what I do remember, which I should have known I would be a performer. The only time I liked church was when we got to come upstairs and do, like, show stuff for the congregation. Like, when we were kids, they'd be like, you're going to act out the scene. And I'd be like, okay, I'm a sheep, whatever. And
Yeah.
I'd fucking,
Or when there's free food.
yeah, and I'd find ways to put, like, dance numbers, like, twerking or whatever into the sheep job, like, whatever.
Everybody's going, what's wrong with that sheep?
Yeah, everybody was like, I think your kid is having seizures up there. I'm not sure. Is she epileptic? I don't know.
Nope, that's just Kate.
Yeah. And then, this is so real. And then, we all quit going to church. I think my mom was embarrassed, really. Like, we just all stopped going. And then I really started to get angry. Like, I was angry about my parents' divorce. I was that kid, too. Like,
Wow.
I was a daddy's girl. I blamed it on my mom. Now, years later, I'm like, Dad was a fuckboy. Whatever. Like, now I know. But so...
Hence the hat, ladies and gentlemen.
Hence that fuckboy patrol. Thanks, Dad. No, but then, like, years later, I started getting into trouble. And I use the word trouble loosely now as a grown-up. It's not like I was doing heroin. But,
Well,
I was drinking in high school, like, at school, like, smoking weed
trouble.
at school.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I know. Well, I think I drove a car.
We called that fun. We didn't go.
I know. Well, yeah, you're from Texas. Like,
I
you guys
know.
fucking drink on the school bus and shit. The bus driver's like passing out.
I was still going to church while you guys were doing that.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, you're a lot younger. You could be my daughter.
Yeah, right.
It's great. But so the point is just, I started getting in a lot of trouble. I didn't really fit in. I was having trouble keeping friends. So to make friends, I started to do shit on purpose that people would think was funny, but I would get like kicked out of school
Give us an
and
example.
suspended.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like I TP'd the school, you know, but I did it purposely so people would know it was me. Like instead of the way you're supposed to, where you like sneak it, I would like leave like my name on the
Love
fucking toilet.
Love Kate Quigley.
Exactly, shit like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder who did this.
Yeah, they're like, we can't figure it out. It says Kate on every piece of toilet paper, and there's an address, and whose phone number is this for a good time?
Oh, God.
But long story short, I ended up finding my niche with this group of like Christian kids, but they were like the outer Christians, like the Christians that like smoked weed and had tattoos, and they were like born again Christians.
Right.
So I started hanging out with them.
They're like, we're going to have Bible study, but we're also going to pass around a joint so everybody could just feel good, right?
Yeah.
Legitimately how it was.
Seriously.
I swear to God. And then I
Let's
was like,
enhance this Christian experience.
There's no judging at this circle.
that's totally how
I know,
it was.
right?
And then, like, there was gay guys in that troop of
Wow.
We're
Christians.
going to pass around a plate, but it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
There was a joke about the Eric Myers. It's the dandruff of the Lord. That's what Eric Myers said. He got pulled over with cocaine. It's the dandruff of the Lord.
That's right. Eric might, dude.
Yeah.
Good joke, Eric.
But the point is just, once I realized that, oh my God, there's actually Christians that are open-minded, like, I think Jesus was open-minded. People listening to this are tuning out now because I never talk about it. But I think Jesus hung out with whores and fucking gamblers.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Outcasts.
I'm sure he did. You know, I mean, he
Did
had to
have
make them feel
to.
comfortable. Right?
He
No, I
loves
told you.
everybody.
So
Loves
whether
everybody.
or not you believe in God, Christianity, Christ, whatever you believe, that's fine. I don't care. But, like, just historically, just even who Jesus was as a person, just a person while he was alive that hung out with those people and was loving and, like, either way, I mean, historically, he was murdered for what he said. Whether you believe he came back or not, I don't care. But either way, just like that kind of balls. To me, I'm like, that's balls. I want those balls.
Well, I'm sure at one point he was like, you know, listen, Peter, Paul, I like hanging out with you guys. Y'all are boring. I'm gonna go hang out with the hookers. You know what I mean? They're a little bit more fun. You guys, you guys got to go home to your wives. They're complaining that why you're not home. You know what? You guys do what you got to do. I'm gonna go hang out with the hookers and the whores and
I think you're
the
right.
gamblers and the cheaters.
I mean, he was turning water into wine. Like, he was, like, into fun, man. Who does that? You know?
That guy, Jesus does.
Yeah.
That's who does that.
Hey, Zeus!
And Guadalupe somewhere.
That's right. If there's two guys that I would always want to hang out with, it's Jesus and Darth Vader. Those two guys can make shit happen.
Why
I
Darth
guarantee you.
Vader?
So random.
Yeah, he's powerful. He can make stuff happen.
Darth Vader is kind of hot, too. There's something
I
about
don't
a
want to say
guy.
it, but, you know.
You don't know what's under there. It's
That's
mysterious.
right. Just the heavy breathing. You're like, oh. And as a dude, I'm like, damn, that's hot.
You're like, does he have asthma? What the fuck is wrong with him, man? All I know.
It's our version of a tease. What is under there?
Yeah, Darth Vader. I mean, it is interesting. That's a great question. Okay, so now that we talked about my religion, I can't believe I just told that story on here. That's crazy.
I'm glad you did tell.
Yes.
I know. I got nervous.
Okay.
Could you tell? I got blushy.
I could not tell at all.
We're drinking tequila, by the way, which I obviously will regret tomorrow because that's when I say all the realest shit.
That's what it's all about. You want to be real.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to be genuine with your audience, right? Right,
Well,
guys?
Yeah, if you say so.
That's what it's all
All
about.
right.
Yes.
I'm as real as real can be, and we're about to get realer.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So first of all, I have to introduce my guests because I forgot.
Well, it's about time.
So in the middle,
Guadalupe. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure people
by
are
the way-
watching going, who's
who
there?
are these people?
Like,
They know you, Rene. You've been on before, and Yvette has been on, but she's been not named.
Right, she's been
Yeah.
notorious.
So first of all, if you guys want to scoot towards me, you can, so that
Yeah, come on.
Yvette's actually in the frame. Okay, so guys, I actually recorded this podcast yesterday, and I asked you all to send me questions. And then you sent me like 200 of the best questions of all time. And I recorded about 40 minutes of an episode. And then I uploaded it to finish the last 20 when I came home from my appointment. And long story short, I somehow did not upload the episode properly, or I removed the SD card wrong. I fucked it up. The episode is gone. It's completely gone. So we're redoing it. But I had to get all new questions because I deleted the questions. Well, they timed out. I didn't fucking know.
Okay. Now
Did you know the questions disappear after 24 hours?
Oh, just like a regular story?
Yeah, it's like Snapchat.
I didn't know
They just disappear. Yeah. So
that sucks.
Yeah, it really blows. So the point is, I got all new questions, and we're doing this again.
Here we go.
And I'll repeat some of the first ones, but you guys never heard it, so the story is pointless. And I called Rene, and I said, Rene, I need a guest. And he said, I'm out with Yvette. And I said, can you drop what you're doing and come over? I have tequila.
And that was kind of tough to drop what I was doing because we were...
You were fucking? You said you were at a bar in Glendale. I didn't know a bar meant your dick.
Yeah.
That was before.
Yvette was on a bar in Glendale.
We were already at the brewery by then.
You were at the brewery? You guys
were
already fucked tonight?
We were at the Road.
We did that before. Anyway, so...
I haven't had
Best
sex
beer.
in a while.
Wow.
Because my sex partner blew me off to go to Canada. And
Fuck
also...
him.
But you know what? Do you think it means love that he went down on me on my period?
Oh.
Are we live?
I think I speak for every guy when I go.
I know it's gross, but it's love, right? That's definitely love.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Love or the hammered.
He wasn't hammered.
Was he drunk?
A little, but not that much. He came 3 times. How drunk could he be?
He came 3 times.
Yeah.
How many times did you
What was
go?
he
A
on?
lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he came 3
3
times,
hours,
he
we
came
always
double
do.
that.
13 times.
That's why we can't stop fucking, because it's like, it's so addictive. We can't even
Oh,
sleep.
yeah.
I can't sleep.
Wow.
It's like
It
electric.
sounds like love to me.
I don't know if it's love.
I'm still trying to get past
Or
the fact
just
that he
really
went down
good
on
sex.
period. I haven't gotten past that.
I
I
couldn't
don't know if any
believe
of you
it.
guys have done.
He's
I
never done
personally-
that.
Look at him. He can't even.
I personally have never. You know what, Einstein? Have you ever done that? He's like, I'm not answering anything.
Einstein's like, that sounds like the
not
theory
answering.
of crazy. Well, here's the thing.
Wow.
In all the time that we've hooked up, which has now been, 5 years or something? On and off. On and off. He would not even let me come over. If there's a trace of blood possible, like a trace, he's like, I don't even want to smell it. I don't want to be near it. He hates it.
Like, my period might be coming. I'm not on it.
It could be next week. He's like, 7 days. I don't know.
It's too soon.
I don't wanna
They're
smell
like,
it.
look, it's a paper cut. There's barely anything. I don't care. You're not coming over. Stop it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's basically engagement, is what I'm saying. I think we're
my
engaged.
God.
Definitely. That's like a ring, right? Renee.
It's like when you cut your hand
You
and
know
you make
what?
a pact.
I'm going to say
That's
yes.
essentially that's what that was.
We made a blood pact.
Yes, you
Yes.
did. You did.
Even his towels are white. He's like, I'll put a towel down. I'm like, it's white. It's going to ruin your towel. He's like, I don't care. It was crazy.
It was a white towel.
A
I mean, not even a dark
I
towel, a
was going to
white
say, you
towel.
couldn't pull out a navy blue
T-shirt? I know. It was. I know.
A couple of black
It
T-shirts.
was so crazy. I know. I don't know. All I'm
A
saying
trash
is,
bag.
I just want to go on the record to say,
I think he wanted it as a souvenir.
Ew! Oh my
He loves you.
Oh my god, I don't think that's a souvenir he needs. But also, once I left my underwear there,
See, I don't have a problem with that. Oh, you're talking about...
by accident, like
Yeah,
I went
but-
home in the morning without it, and it was like really expensive, and I never got it back. That means he definitely gave it to someone else by mistake, right?
No.
No, I don't think they would have accepted that if
No.
they knew it wasn't theirs.
It's really
This
It's
guy
in
would know.
his-
No,
it's in
this
his
guy would
drawer.
know whose panties those are. I mean,
Well, I never got them
you'd
back.
have to be a
so-
really idiot to give those panties to somebody else, and you go,
Well,
"Hey,
you-
I think these are your
You
panties."
do know
No.
this person, and that is not entirely impossible to imagine. I mean, you don't think he could get drunk and give the wrong girl my underwear?
No, you know what? And now, if he's under the influence of whatever, yes, it's possible, but it's
Wow. All I'd like
But,
to
but
say,
if he's not sure, why would he be like, hey, are these yours?
all I'd like to say,
How wrong would that go? Like, no.
well, he did tell me he wants to write a bit about that, so maybe it happened, and that's why he
It
wants to write a
probably-
bit about it. All I have to say to that whore is you owe me $25.
Victoria's Secret?
Victoria's Secret.
I was just about to say that. I was like, what's-
It was a black G-string with like diamonds on that shit.
Oh,
Diamonds?
Well,
rhinestones.
not real diamonds, obviously, like cubic zirconia or like fucking.
They were just sexy
sequins.
underwear.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
expensive.
give them back.
You
No,
owe
I'm
me,
kidding.
bitch.
Just give her the
Where you
Venmo,
at?
Venmo her.
Where you at? You owe Kate some goddamn money.
$25. $2.50 with tax. All right.
That's pretty expensive for some goddamn underwear.
I know. Well, I only have a few nice pairs. That's why when I use them, I want them back.
Dude, I go to Target and spend $13.50 for a 4-pack of underwear.
$18.50?
$13.50.
What kind of underwear do you wear?
I wear boxer briefs.
What colors?
I wear all colors.
Not white, right?
No, I mean I do have some tighty whities.
I don't like those.
I only have 3 pair of tighty whities.
Why
and
do you
guess
have
what?
those?
How about some Calvin Klein?
No. The 3 pair of tighty whities that I have, they're only there for when I am that lazy and I haven't done laundry or I'm in a bind and I need a pair of extra underwear.
So tighty whities are the man version of granny panties, basically.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, but why not just have like a few more pairs of underwear and get rid of those tighty whities? Why even keep those?
Well, because as a dude, and any guy out there will know, we will wear a pair of underwear, and I don't care how ripped, torn, worn down they are, we're going to wear them till we can't wear them anymore, or somebody throws them away. That's just, we're going to wear them. Ask any guy. I guarantee you he's got a pair of underwear that are like literally look like they've been in and out of a trash can 100 times, and we're not going to get rid of them.
I like that with socks.
We're not going to get rid of them.
Are you like that with socks?
I like that with socks too.
Yeah, but what about Yvette?
I mean, I have certain underwear that I won't wear out, just like if I'm on my period. It's like underwear that I really don't want anyone seeing.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be equivalent to his tidy whities.
Yeah, but even my period panties. You know what I buy for period panties? I buy the stuff with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it, or like
I do have a pair of Avengers.
That's what I mean. From Target, like those Marvel panties. Yeah. That's what I wear on my period.
I'm in the middle of a period conversation, right?
But I like to wear like boy shorts though when I'm on my period.
You do?
I like boy shorts.
I can't wear anything but a thong with pants. It's so uncomfortable to me. I can't have fabric on my ass.
Okay, all right. So a quick one. Do you wear certain panties when you're on your period? Do you wear certain pants when you're on your period?
Yeah, the ugly ones.
You do?
Yeah.
See, I
don't afraid what if they get stained, and then I'm really gonna mess up a good pair of panties. That's my thinking.
I just wear dark ones, but to be really honest, I really, really swear to God, all I can wear. I only wear G-strings, and I have like 3 or 4 pairs of these like Marvel underwear. I'm talking about with like Supergirl or whatever. I don't know if that's really Marvel or I don't know what kind of comic book that is.
What's her name?
Superman, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, I think that's
whoever. I don't know the comics, but the point is, I really don't have any granny panty because I don't want to even feel gross when I'm on my period. Do you know what I mean?
You still want to feel sexy at some point, right?
I just feel gross enough already without adding in gross underwear.
That's why I wear tampons. Because if I can't wear pads. I just can't.
Every guy is throwing up. We have spent way too much time.
We're so sorry.
I mean, we talked about blood in the mouth. Like, we did way too much blood.
I'm in the middle of this.
I feel sorry for Rene.
Yeah.
He's like right in the middle of
I've already went.
I don't think any guy watching feels sorry for Rene right now. Like, he has me and
you guys. I appreciate
talking about fucking.
They're like, poor guys. Somebody save that.
All right, fine. We'll get into the questions. I never even finished introducing you because my ADD is Rene Garcia. He's my friend. He's a comedian. He's hilarious. And he has a podcast. If you are into NASCAR or you like man things like sports, and that could be a girl thing too. Some girls love NASCAR.
That's right.
Tell them about your podcast.
My podcast, it's All Things NASCAR. It's you can find it across the board on Twitter, Instagram, at Turns No Breaks. It's at Turns No Breaks. Or you can go to the website itself, allturnsnobreaks.com. Check it out.
Thank you.
And it is run by not only myself, but my partner, Tam. And I am Hispanic. She is African American. And we love NASCAR, which is absolutely crazy. Because you know that it's a redneck sport. But me and my girl, Tam Walker, we love NASCAR. We love racing. She loves Formula One. And we talk all things NASCAR. So if you guys like NASCAR, if you guys like sports, come check it out.
I've actually been to a few NASCAR races, and I have to admit, I didn't think I'd be into it, and it was really fun. It's really cool to watch.
Here's the crazy thing, Kate, and I'm going to say this, and I will tell you, this is one of the most craziest and funniest things that's ever happened to me. We were sponsored by Valvoline last year. They sent us to the Daytona 500, which is the Super Bowl of
racing.
It is. We're there. We start interviewing some fans that are all like, tailgating. You want to talk about tailgating? Football has nothing on these people these rednecks that go out there and tailgate are just absolutely amazing.
Let's not call them rednecks.
Well, they're not rednecks. Well, they are rednecks, but they're the most funnest people.
They're my family. It's fine.
No, and I love them. They loved us. But this is how Southern and just honest they are. That they don't think of it when they say things. So I'm interviewing this guy, and Tam and my girl Tam is filming, right? And after the interview, the guy literally, we're laughing and hugging. He goes, "God damn, man, you're one of the funniest spicks I've ever fucking ran into in my life, man." He goes, "You all right, dude?" He goes, "You're here. You're loving NASCAR. You know your shit, dog." He goes, "God damn, man." He goes, I wish there were more out there like you." And I swear to God, Kate, I didn't know whether to take that as a compliment, as an insult, and I went, You know what? This guy meant no harm. Mm-hmm. He was being honest, but that was just the way he talked. And the fact that he called me a spick, but then followed it up with one of the funniest spicks he'd ever run into ever in his life, I was like, dude, I love you, bro.
Because he called you funny and you're a comedian. You're like, you could fucking stomp on my skull with your boot, but if you tell me first, I'm the funniest
Exactly. And I'm just glad that I wasn't filming and Tam was interviewing him, because I can't, like I said, Tam's African American and I can't imagine what the hell was going to come out of his mouth.
I mean, sometimes, like my grandma, she's dead now, but when she was alive, like she would use the word Negroes like it was still the term for black people, but in a positive way. Like she'd go, your friend Marlia, that Negro girl, she is the sweetest, she's so beautiful. Like she didn't even realize that it's not okay to say that. Yeah,
but that's a completely different generation. Because now you couldn't get away with that shit.
That's hilarious. Well, I've been to NASCAR. I actually was on a NASCAR poster when I worked with Miller Lite way back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was on a couple Miller posters, and they used to sponsor, I think, Kurt Busch. So I was on a blue number 2 car, like, racing poster.
Wow.
But the only reason I'm telling this is because I'll never forget the NASCAR wives, man. They're the most open fucking... Their husbands would go, "Can I get a picture?" And the wives would go, "Grab her titty, honey. Put your hands on her titty." Like, they would tell them to for the photos.
One of the best wives I've ever met, and I've met a couple of the wives of NASCAR drivers. One of the most nicest, one of the best wives I've ever talked to, interviewed, and even met is Kyle Busch's wife. She is absolutely fantastic. She's a wonderful person. Let me tell you something about these people. They are absolutely the best, Kate. I love them. I love the sport. Please, if you do like NASCAR, please come check out my podcast. It's dope as shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna come do it sometime.
You need to.
A hot single racer on.
Yeah, I think there's a couple.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll take the black guy.
I might be able to hook you up. Yes, there's a black driver. Bubba Wallace.
You're making it sound really fun. I think I want to watch.
Yes, Bubba Wallace. He drives the number 43 car, which is actually the car that Richard Petty drove.
I don't know who that is, but woo! And my other guest, this is the longest. We are 28 minutes into the podcast, and I'm introducing you guys still.
That's too fast, though.
I'm great. And my other guest, well, I don't really know how to plug you since you don't do anything in entertainment. She's been around for a while. We've had her on, I think you've been on once before, and you've definitely interjected because you've been off to the side a few times when we've been recording. True. Can I say you guys have been sort of seeing each other off and on for quite a while?
That's right.
Yeah, too late I did, so that's what's happening.
And right now we're off. After the podcast is over, we're going to be on.
This week?
They fucked before they came over. I guess it's okay. I need to come back. I like that I asked if it was okay for me to say you're seeing each other when you already said that you fucked before the show. Guys.
I knocked that out.
It's only on Mondays.
Her name is Yvette with an E, even though I've been calling her Yvette since I met her because her name is spelled with a Y, and tonight she finally told me that it's Yvette.
It could be spelled with an I or an E, but it's with a Y.
I think that your parents fucked up.
I think they did too.
Sorry.
What the hell's wrong with that?
So they should spell it as it's pronounced? Is that what you're saying?
How many people call you Yvette because it's spelled with a Y?
I did have a boss once that called me Yvette. I never felt like correcting him because he was my boss, so I just felt like even if I did correct him, he wouldn't remember. So
it's Yvette.
It's Yvette.
Yvette, guys.
E.
Renee and Yvette. Woo! All right, we're gonna get to these questions. You guys ready to do this shit? You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Hold on, I'm grabbing them. Okay, we're back. Oops, I didn't hit record. I'm lying. Okay, we're back. It's fine. We're back. All right, so we're just going to go through these questions. We're going to do 30 minutes of questions. Y'all ready? This is just like speed, like you say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay,
right?
Here we go.
Here's the first question. So I was dating a guy and we were on a break. During the break, I hooked up with someone he knows, not a close friend, just an acquaintance. Do I have to tell him now that we are back together?
Ooh. No.
Hell no.
No?
Hell no.
I don't
know.
No.
Okay, look, she agrees. Hell no.
Really? You don't have to tell him, but what if he hears? I guess, what kind of acquaintance? Like, how often do they see each other?
Okay, if acquaintance means, like, if I know the dude, not by we hang out, but just like, oh, hey, man, you work over
He works on floor 10. I'm on floor 3.
like I know you, I say hi to you. Now, if on the break, she hooks up with this dude randomly because they were at a bar, blah 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 blah. That's none of my business. That's I don't care to know. I don't want to know. It doesn't matter. She doesn't need to bring it up to me unless she's being a bitch and then she wants to like really
hurt him.
Yeah. But I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. And every guy is different. But from my standpoint, I don't care. We're on a break. Well, what do you want me to do? We haven't talked in months. I don't know what you do. You don't know what I do.
That makes me feel good.
Seriously.
I think I've kind of done that too, and I've always wondered if I have to tell the guy.
Have you done it?
Well, like there's one guy that we weren't technically together, and then we just weren't seeing each other at all for a while. And during that time, I did hook up with someone he knows, but they're not close friends. It's like he knows him like the same way you're saying. Like maybe they worked together once a long time ago. And I kind of wondered when I started talking to OG again if I have to tell him. So you're saying no. So okay.
So here's my
hold
thing.
on a second.
But I feel like shit. I'm gonna die right after this.
No.
Okay, so here's my way of thinking. What I don't know is not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So why should he tell me? If he tells me, it's gonna hurt me now. If he doesn't tell me, I don't know. Everything's fine.
Do we feel the same way about cheating in a relationship then? What you don't know is better? If he cheats, don't tell?
But that's different.
I don't know.
But of course, well, yeah, in a way, the same thing applies. If I don't know, obviously it's not going to hurt me. It doesn't make it okay, though.
No.
Right, but here's the thing. But so here's the thing, though, and I'll ask you a quick question. Mm-hmm. It's one thing if you hook up and you meet somebody, you bang. It's another thing if you're continuously hooking. See, then that changes the whole. That changes the whole conflict, right? Because you're basically having another relationship with somebody, and that is when it's not okay. I am almost the kind of guy that would go, all right, I get it. You were drunk, you were high, whatever.
Wait,
you bang.
Are we talking about cheating, or are we talking about while you're on the break? Because if you're on a break,
if you're on the break, you can do
on the break.
There's
you can date
all bets are
whatever.
off. All bets are off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. No, having another relationship is way beyond like a one-time. Oops, I got drunk and landed on it.
Definitely. Do you hear that?
Although I've never cheated.
I'm glad we're doing this.
No,
I've never had a night where I was in a relationship and I got so fucked up I fucked another dude. I've wanted to. I've definitely flirted with the line of it, like flirting wise, but I have never cheated.
Well, I think it's
like I have.
That's okay.
But you know what?
I'm not.
So yes, I'm being honest. But here's why I did. Here's why. But you guys have to hear why I did what I did.
Yes, please tell the story.
I was seeing this guy for a long time, and I had a cold that night. And instead I'm getting
I need to. The only way I can get rid of this cough is I need cock.
The pharmacy was out of NyQuil, so we're kidding. We're totally kidding. It's okay. Go on.
Okay, so
we're just being fun.
Instead of him saying, "Okay, babe, like you're sick. Can I get you anything? Can I make you some soup?" Being caring, being there for me, he said, "Can you go home? I'm not trying to get sick."
Oh hell no.
I go to work, and this guy sees that I'm sick. He's hot too. He was like some vendor for like Coke. I don't know. He was so hot. He comes up to me and says, "Hey, can I get you anything?" He's like, can I buy you some medicine?
Can I get you anything? Medicine, Coke?
Can I buy you some medicine?
Just the fact that he was caring, he was there for me. He asked me if I needed anything. I said, no, I'm okay. But the fact that he was hot and the fact that he's asking me if I need anything, we fucked.
You fucked that day?
I fucked him.
That
no,
day?
not that day. It was like a few days later because he got my number.
Oh, you kept in touch and you ended up fucking.
Yeah.
Guys,
no, I didn't feel bad for cheating because I feel like that motherfucker deserved it. He should have been there for me.
Well,
that's just the way
he told you to leave because I didn't want to.
Exactly.
What
that's what I mean.
Can I ask a question about this though?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just dump the first guy before you fucked the second guy? Like once you realized that he's a piece of shit.
Kate, I like that.
Because I thought I was in love.
I see.
I see. Right, and then you get a lot of these similar scenarios, and then it builds up, and you're like, you know what? What am I doing in this relationship? Yeah. And then it hits you, right? You don't see it in the beginning.
Look,
it's fair.
Look at the way he's looking at you. Look at the way I'm saying.
He's like, he's proud of me right now for saying what I'm
stupid?
saying.
I mean, I have not cheated, but I've certainly made excuses in my mind for why I was doing whatever I was doing. Even when I was married, I definitely was like way more of a flirt whore than is appropriate for a married person. And in my head, I would be like, well, it's just flirting. Well, it's just attention. Well, I'm married. Well, I need whatever I'm not getting. And it's really not okay once you cross a line.
I didn't feel bad for it.
You're right, but me and Kate can probably relate to this more because I know you've never been married before.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Kate can probably relate to this because we've both been married before. And when you're married, Kate, correct me if I'm wrong, but you get hit on way more than you were if you were single.
I don't know.
You know what it is, though?
I will tell you from a man's point of view, I got hit on so much because I was married that it was absolutely unbelievable. And the whole time I'm thinking, where were you women
you know
when
what
I
it
was
is?
single?
You know what it is?
Yvette's raising her hand.
Want what they cannot have.
So do men.
That's why they found you very attractive. They're like, ooh, he's taken, but I want him.
Men do too.
I don't think that's
I feel like
why,
that's
though. One of the reasons. I definitely will say I would masturbate all the time about fucking a married guy when I
really
because I fantasize to masturbate, and that was definitely one of them. Was like always seducing, but I've never done it. Mm-hmm. If I know a guy is married, there have been married guys. Trust me, that I am like dying to, and I just that's a line because I believe in karma, so I just won't. But I will say, I think it's because when a woman sees a married man, on some subconscious level, she knows he can commit. So in somewhere internally, even if she doesn't want him to commit to her, she goes, this guy is potential husband for me. If I get him I think, even if they don't realize it. And I think
shit right here.
I don't know about the whole guy-girl thing because people say that, but you got to understand that I didn't get my tits till after my divorce. So the whole skew is off for me. You know what I mean? For real. Because having tits changes the whole game.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I get hit on with
ass.
Tits.
I don't think I have tits.
But see, that's the crazy
you have
thing.
ass.
And I don't know if that's anything to do with me being Latino, but I'm an ass dude. I could care less about tits. I could care less. If you could look like me up top, but if you got an ass to back that up, I'm okay with that.
I don't know if it's the tits.
But I do understand that tits change the game. They do.
I don't know if it's the tits or if it's just having more confidence after I got the tits, because I don't show.
But do you feel like do you feel like your confidence changed?
Well, a little.
It should have.
A little.
My ass.
Little. But what's weird, and you've known me a long time, like, this is the most tits I really ever show. Like, I never have my tits out, really. So even when I get dressed up to go out, rarely. So it's never been like they're out, but I think it's just something about the feeling of knowing. Like,
you know that you got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
To like show them off.
Yeah.
Yes,
even like it's weird, but even like at 7-Eleven in the morning when I feel like I look like complete garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
it could be in the middle of December and you're out with a tank top, going to 7-Eleven, going, "Hey guys, look."
No, but I'm saying even since I got the tits, even when I look my most shittiest, like I'm wearing sweatpants and you can't see the tits, and I have no makeup and I've been sick for 3 days, I still get hit on more with the tits than I did.
Oh, I could imagine because they're not even looking anything above your shoulders.
But how do they even see them when I'm all covered up and shit? They're not that big.
Guys got X-ray vision when it comes to tits, I'll be honest with you.
And ass. Yvette probably gets hit on constantly.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
My neighborhood's gotten so bad, a guy just started jerking off right in front of the 7-Eleven, and I was watching him. I was watching him from my car, and he had a blanket over it, but I could see the motion of his hand going up and down, and he just stared and made eye contact at me, and I was eating a protein bar.
God.
He's like, those tits.
He was like,
I can see him from over here.
He was a homeless guy?
Yeah, and every time I took
He might have been jerking up at that protein bar you were eating.
Yeah,
he was like, oh, that protein bar is so
It's
good.
so good.
You guys, we answered one question. I said speed round, and we answered one question, and then we all just talked.
All right, go ahead.
All right, if you could only do one sex position for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, boy, she already knows.
Well, I know his answer. He
What
probably
is it?
doesn't know mine. I know his is doggy style.
Goddamn right.
All right.
What about you?
Missionary.
Ooh, one
Really?
for the rest of your
Boring.
life.
It might be boring, but a lot of women like it.
Oh man, that's tough.
I don't know.
Standing up in an alley?
Is that one?
or I really like when the guy's behind me and he's like choking me and like we're like kind of spooning, fucking that position sideways.
Okay.
No, I did grab your hair earlier.
I
Actually,
do like
I
my
pulled
hair
it.
getting pulled a little bit.
Yeah.
Something I
Not
like
that hard.
I like as
I
much
think I
as,
went overboard a little bit, just a tad.
That's okay.
oh yeah, I can teach
In
you
the
how to
moment.
pull it right. There's actually like a way to do it.
No.
I took a class.
I'm good.
I learn something new every day. This
I
is
taught
great.
the course.
This is great.
I was the teacher. I was in San Francisco. Paid $50 in chicken nachos and
That sounds good right now.
all right. Would you
I
go?
go eat after this.
Oh, this is such a. Why does it always have to be so sexual with my people?
Oh, they must be all men.
No, there's some women in here. Okay.
All right, let's get some women.
How many dates do you have to go on before you have sex?
Oh, it depends on what area you were born in.
What era?
What
What
era
you said?
or area?
Era.
Uh.
Like, what era were you born in? Like, okay, me, I can guarantee you this. It didn't matter. I'm a guy.
Guys will
I
fuck.
always want to hit a home run the first date. Girls are not like that.
Do you really?
Girls think, we talked about this earlier.
Wait.
Girls think differently girls mentally
We were.
think stuff on a different level. With guys, it's always sexual. It's a proven fact that men think about sex way more than women do.
That's
it is
true.
a fact.
True.
But that doesn't mean that you always will be down to fuck on the first date. Are you always down to fuck on the first date, no matter what?
You goddamn right I am.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm not either. I don't even always kiss on the first
every
date.
guy watching or listening to this is going, if this guy says no, he's gay.
Well, I will tell you that the right move for the guys is to wait as long as you can, because if a guy doesn't make a move on me by date 3, I start to think he's just trying to be my friend, and I start wanting him so much more than if he was being aggressive.
Well,
I have a story.
okay.
Tell the
oh,
story.
shit.
So I went out with this doctor.
Holy shit.
It was our first date, and I guess you don't know about it, but I guess you're listening now.
I'm getting
And
turned on
I
by
did
it,
have a
actually.
few drinks, and I wanted to go home, but he was like, "No, you've been having a few drinks," and I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll crash on the couch." He goes, "No, like come to the bed." He didn't make not one move. He let me be on my side. He went on his side. We went on another date. Same thing. His side, my side. I started thinking. Now I'm thinking, now where the hell is this guy gonna, make
That's
a
what
move?
I'm saying. You start to wonder, is he my friend? Is he gay?
Wait a
Does he
minute.
have a wife? What the fuck is going on?
That sounds like something
We did.
You guys did that too? You
Yeah.
spent the night together and didn't
Yes,
have sex?
yes.
That's
I'm
different.
not kidding you.
But that's because, Renee, you said you were too tired to fuck her, remember? So
You
actually,
know what?
sometimes
And
you
that's
knock down.
true. But Kate, I want to be honest with you. This and every guy out there that is probably my age could literally understand and relate to what I'm going to say. Like, there is a little bit of a difference in age here, and I think that anybody that my age, and I'm in my 40s, you know what? I love sleep a little bit more than anything else. And I am okay with going, you know what? You don't want to fuck tonight? It's okay. I'm already tired. I don't want to exert more energy trying to fuck you, and I don't know if you want to fuck. Because if you don't, you know what? I am okay with going to bed. I'm going to roll my ass over and go to sleep. This one over here the next day goes, you didn't even try to fuck me. And I go,
It's a
Well, that's
mind
because
fuck.
I was
Only because
fucking
it was
tired.
a surprise for me. I had never encountered something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Not many women have encountered
Not that I was mad that he didn't try to fuck me.
I
Not at all.
But it does. It sits in your head like, why didn't he try to fuck me? If you spend the night and they don't try,
Exactly.
or the worst is you guys in your 40s. It's true. Like, it just happened to me with a guy. Like, you want to fuck, but you don't want to fuck bad enough to put in just that extra effort that a guy who's like 25.
Exactly my
Like,
point.
if you have to drive a few miles, if you have to do any work at all, you're like, eh.
If I was in my 20s, I don't care if she lived 100 miles away. I would have been like, where do you live? Okay, you know what? I'm walking. I'm running over there to your place. And I'm in my 40s. I'm
Pisses
like,
me
look, where do you live? Nah, bitch. You know what? Call me when you move closer, like 5 more miles. I'm not gonna exert the energy to try to go over there.
I get so pissed off.
I cannot do it.
I get
I'm too old.
so
too tired.
pissed off when I really want to fuck a guy and I know he's not as like desperate for it as me because it's backwards. Like, I actually had a guy say to me the other night, he said, this is a quote, he said, "You might be the best sex of my life, but I'm just at an age where I'm not going to drop what I'm doing to fuck anyone." That's an exact quote. And I was like, bitch.
And you know what?
Being honest.
I would high five that guy.
And I was just like, I'm the best sex of your
I
life.
get you, brother. I totally understand.
Fuck
It's
that
a
guy.
complete-
Fuck
well,
you.
And you eventually
I'm
did,
still
I'm sure.
horny.
No! Just horny right
She's
now.
still waiting.
And he left the country. Come back.
Where are you?
Come back. I need you.
Show yourself!
There was a guy.
Was it you, Einstein?
Listen, there was a guy I was flirting with from overseas. We were flirting and talking, and he was so hot, and we had chemistry just over fucking FaceTime. We didn't do anything sexual. We just talked, and then he came to town, and even that guy, it must be the age thing, I don't know, because even that guy was like, he definitely wasn't trying. Like, if it worked out, he was down, but he wasn't trying, and it was driving me crazy, because I'm at that age where, like, I need to fuck to stay sane, because I'm in my 30s, you'll see. You get so
you're
horny.
at your sex peak,
Sex peak.
right?
Once I start thinking about it, with my addictive
Women
brain,
at that age,
Wow.
that's your sex peak. Men, what is it, 18?
Yeah. I think once we get into high school, I think.
you know when you're a smoker and you start fiending for a cigarette, if you don't get one, it's all you can think about at some point.
Yeah.
That's how I am with sex if I know it's coming. I'm cool if it's not coming. But once I make a plan to fuck, if the guy...
And see, and that's the problem with getting into your 40s. We think about sex just as much as a 23-year-old. But the difference is that I'm okay with jerking it off, rubbing one out, and going to bed. I don't need for you to come over. I don't need to drive wherever
So
to
wait,
go
That's
get it.
great.
I'm okay
No,
with
it's
throwing
not.
on some porn and
But I know that if I
rubbing
want
one out,
to, I
and
can
I
just
go
get on
right
top of
to bed.
him and we're having sex.
Yeah, if you're there in his presence...
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that's different.
That's different.
I'm not gonna do that. I mean, if you're there, I'm gonna
But
do
that's
it.
great. Like, what if you were like 23 and like you're like bugging me and I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, then I'm
Then he'll fuck
probably
someone
going to
else.
break
So
up
that's
with you,
great.
and then I'm
No,
going to
but
go.
that's
I'm
great
gonna,
that
I'm going
you're
to tell
not
you I'm going to go to the
23.
store.
Talking for each other.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to go to the store real quick, and then I'm going to call somebody up, and I'm going to go bang here, and then come right back, and then go to bed.
Good thing you're not 23 then.
You're
I have
lucky
a question about this, though. So, let's say you are being lazy, you don't want to drive across town, or like you have an audition in the morning or whatever, you have to get up early for work, so sex is your last priority,
right?
but you also haven't fucked for like 2 weeks, let's say. Now, in that situation, are you more desperate, or are you still like, fuck it?
If I waited 2 weeks, what's one more day?
Well, because I assume that if you're not desperate after 2 weeks, that you've been fucking a lot during that time. That's my assumption.
Well, and today, today.
I don't mean when you have a girl. I mean when you're like just casually hooking up with people. Like if a guy that I'm fucking, if I'm fucking a guy and he doesn't fuck me for 2 weeks, I assume he fucks someone else. I just
Well, that's
assume
not
it.
necessarily true. I mean,
That's
he
right.
could be busy. He could be just, doing his own thing.
I'm never too busy
Too busy.
to orgasm.
Well, and neither is he. I can guarantee you that.
But jerking off is not the same.
Are you kidding me? Sometimes it's the best ever.
It's not the best.
Trust me.
I hear men do it all the time, though, even when you're married. Like, you just have to do it.
Okay.
I'll jerk off and still want to fuck right after.
Okay, well, that is the luxury that women have, that you can do that. A guy, we cannot do it. We cannot do it. You got to give us at least 20 to 30 minutes to get back up, and then
is that really the gap?
Yes,
20 minutes is not much.
If we're on blow, forget it. It's not going to happen.
I like how you relate everything back to if we're on blow. Most people are not on blow.
Whiskey dick.
All right, let's just cut to the next question.
Let's go to the next one.
We only got through 2 questions in 30 minutes. This is not a question. Do you like syrup? That's not a question.
Unless it's Aunt Jemima's.
Who doesn't like syrup? Would you do porn? No. I would have already. Are your boobs real? These are stupid questions, guys. I'm sorry to call you stupid. Ooh, here's a good one. What's the most interesting place you've hooked up?
Oh, right on.
Interesting.
I know mine.
Go ahead.
Am I going to go first?
Tell it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Mine was...
oh, shit.
I just remembered mine.
Oh, gosh, shit. Now I want to...
This is dangerous.
No, you got to go first.
Rene,
go ahead.
you go first.
Okay. Well, mine's not like outrageous or anything like that, but mine was in an airplane.
Ooh, that's great.
Yeah.
In the bathroom?
No.
Private jet?
No.
Under the blanket, handy?
Yes.
Does that really count?
I don't know.
I think it counts.
Yes, I think it does too, because we were on a plane and my family was there. But thank God that the plane was practically empty.
Holy
and it was
shit.
and it wasn't a red eye. It wasn't in the middle of the night. It was literally in the middle of the day.
How did you hide that?
Oh my God. Exactly. With a blanket. That's how
I mean, just your face and your like that moment of coming. How do you hide that as a guy?
Wait, were you on top of her?
There's a handy.
It was
a handy.
But I started like this, and oh my God, it was just she was dripping. It was like I thought she was pregnant and the water busted. I was like, damn, this bitch is wet.
Ew, I'm never sitting in an airplane seat the same.
Yeah, like this, and then all of a sudden she goes, just fucking take it out, and then first of all, she just. And then throws
Hold the mic in front of your mouth.
She throws the blanket over me, and then I already have it out. It's rock hard, and then she's just like, and then she's like this, like she's talking to me, but she's fucking saying nasty shit, and I am just like explode like that, and I was like, oh my God.
Did your mom hear you? Did you yell?
Okay,
Did you say Guadalupe?
You know, in a plane, there's A, B, and C. Okay, well, she's over here. My mom's in the middle, and she was over my mom. Not kidding. That's not true. But she.
You were in a window, and your date was an aisle, and your mom was between you.
No, my mom was like
she was bad.
5 rows back.
Did you make noise? Did you make noise?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
She stuffed napkins in my mouth so I could bite the napkins, so I couldn't make any noise.
Where were the?
So she just had these napkins handy, right? Like. You just had them handy? Like,
she was prepared.
Shit. I think she's done this before.
She knew exactly what she was doing, and I had no fucking clue. How hot is that shit?
It's pretty hot.
You know what? I got a boner right now.
You just made mine so much less exciting. But mine was on a trampoline, which is pretty cool.
Actually, that's not
not
bad.
Yeah, we were just chilling on the trampoline.
Explain that one.
We were chilling on the trampoline. It was
Just
at a party. My friend had a trampoline. And we were on the trampoline. No one was really around. I mean, people were, but no one was paying attention. Everyone was talking to people and shit. And we just kind of started making out. And I was like, have you ever fucked on a trampoline? And he said, no. And I said, we should wait till this clears out and we'll do it. And then we did.
And even if that thing's moving or bouncing, it's like, you might think, oh, there's kids in there.
I got on top. It was a little bouncy. It was like a little bouncy house.
Did he finish?
Did he finish? No, we fucked for a while in there, and then we went inside.
Oh,
to finish.
Well, that's not bad. That's still.
But I came on there. It's easy because when you're jumping up and down, it's kind of like when you're on.
Ooh, you know where else?
Ooh, you know where else I came alone? But
she's so excited about this.
There's a ride. There's a fucking ride.
At a circus?
At like a
amusement park?
Yeah, amusement park.
Holy shit!
You know the boat ride that you sit on?
Yes.
And it goes up and down.
Yes.
If you ride that long enough, you will have an orgasm. I wrote it like 3 times in a row with my girlfriend. We were like, she was like, "Are you kind of?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I wrote that 10 times. I've never had an orgasm.
There was no line, so we kept asking the guy to keep it going. I think he knew what was happening.
Like it just goes.
Every time
like,
it went down, y'all threw $5.
Oh, it was amazing. It was really good.
I want to hear this one over here. So what's yours?
All right, yours is that.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. The roof of a hospital.
Well, you work at a hospital, so that's
exactly.
That's hot. I like rooftop sex. Could you see people, cars?
No.
It's just alone up there.
Just alone up there.
Oh, that's like a tent.
So I mean,
well, we both work in the medical field.
So he was an engineer, so he had keys to all the places in the hospital. So it was one
Is
of
it
those
like
things.
Grey's Anatomy working in the hospital? Does everyone fuck in all the rooms?
Well, I'm not a nurse, so I wouldn't know, but I think so. I think so. I definitely think so. I wouldn't be surprised.
I've done that too, and it is pretty hot. It is because the one thing working in a hospital environment like that is you always have to think about, is somebody going to walk in? Is somebody not going to walk in? Is somebody going to catch us? Or is somebody not going to catch us?
Good thing I was on the roof. No one going up there.
Absolutely
oh my God.
amazing.
Yeah, no one just no one just wanders up to the hospital roof.
No,
I don't think.
not at all. Unless you're an engineer, because something's like
now,
going
was
on
it
up
during
there.
the day or was it at night?
At night.
That's still pretty dope.
Yeah, it's still pretty dope. But if it would have been during the day,
I mean, we could just do places we fucked, but we'll do another question. All right, I'm pausing. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Where I ask a question. I'm actually putting a timer on this now. We have 30 seconds each to answer, and then we have to move on. So we do a speed run. All right, we're so ADD. Jesus Christ. All right, here's the first one. Why do some women only suck half of the dick, asking for the other half? That's the funniest fucking question. Here's what I have to say about that as a woman who has only sucked half a dick on occasion. Because some of y'all motherfuckers have humongous dicks. And we can't get it all the way down our fucking throat. Do you know when I see a guy with a medium-sized dick, I go, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to be able to give this guy amazing head. I know it right away. And I have a narrow jaw, so if you have a really fat one, it's hard, man. I got to, like, break my jaw open for that.
Well, I personally can't answer any of that.
Why
so
not?
I'm good.
But here's what you can answer. 30 seconds. Do you like your whole dick sucked or more of a tip guy? Like, what's your favorite part of the dick to have sucked?
Yeah, definitely the tip.
Because all the
that's the most sensitive. So definitely the tip.
I know that.
So how come some guys want you to like choke on their dick? Just makes it feel like they have a huge cock.
I think so.
You know what? Probably so. Now I don't mind if a girl tries to deep throat my shit, but I would be honest with you. I probably have like a medium size. I probably have just the perfect size, so it's perfect, and I'm okay with that.
I love that.
Yes.
I just want it to be a good size for sucking.
Now, you can ask Yvette. Go ahead.
No, I love how Kate just answered that so easily. I'm just like, huh? Half a dick?
Yeah, well, I think about that all the time. I feel guilty if I can't get the whole dick.
Okay, so it makes sense if it's really big. Obviously, maybe you can only reach half. And then if you do the whole thing, you're going to start choking. And I don't think you really want to start choking, right?
No. Well, actually, yeah, I choke on it a little on purpose, even if it's small, to make them feel good.
Like you go.
Yeah, well, I stick it so far down my throat, it makes me choke a little.
Personally, I feel like I have to be at a certain level with this guy to really do the entire thing. If that makes any sense.
The more connected to him, the more of his dick you take.
Sort of. I know that sounds extremely weird. I know it does, but
Kate, remember the last time when
she hadn't blown you yet?
Yes.
No, the last time we podcasted, actually,
it's not something I just I'm gonna do it. Like I don't do that.
No, but the last time we podcasted, she had blown you one time.
Yeah, she finally.
And you finally talked about it, and you said it was like the best head of your life. Amazing. You did say it was amazing. But do you think it was more amazing because of the build-up? Tell the truth.
Okay, probably so. That had a lot to do with it, but it's still, from a guy's point of view, it still was amazing. She handled that.
Did she
like
do the whole like turn the hand thing? Good work.
She definitely knew what the fuck.
Do you like your balls licked, Rene?
Yes, I don't mind that at all.
Do you shave them?
Yes.
I hate when guys trim everything else and leave their balls hairy. Then they're like, suck on my balls, and I'm like, bitch, it's a fucking forest down here. I'm sorry, but it pisses me off. All right, next question. We talked about this. Do girls like having their hair pulled, really?
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
Down there, up there. Oh, okay.
How much hair do you
I
have?
never have hair down there.
I don't either, but it's coming back.
I like being clean.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently a bush is coming back. But Joey Diaz told me to get a pussy wig, like a toupee, a pussy toupee. They make those.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he said every once in a while, slap that on, your guy feels like he's fucking someone new. That's what he said.
Change it up.
That sounds
right?
like Joey.
Yeah, he even knows the name of it and shit.
Savage.
I swear to God.
Oh shit.
All right. Was sex better with a porn star or civilian? Have you fucked a porn star before?
Yes, I
I
have.
haven't.
That's right. You haven't.
I haven't.
I wouldn't recommend
I don't
it.
think I want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it,
Mhm.
as just a to-do bucket list thing. Because I've actually hooked up with a few. And I can
Yeah.
honestly say that the one was really, really, really fucking amazing, but we also had a really strong connection.
Yeah.
So, but he was really good. There's only one other person who's been as good in my mind as this guy. But that's because he was also an actor.
Oh,
So,
you
like,
think he
any
was
fantasy
acting?
you've ever had, well, it's just he's uninhibited because he's used to fucking in all kinds of characters.
Well,
so,
he's also used to acting, so
yeah. So if you're like, hey, I've always wanted to be fucked by, like, a guy who broke out of prison and kidnaps me and fucks me, then one night he'd be like, come over, and I'd show up, and it would be like, that would be what happened. He'd, like, attack me and be like, I just got out of jail. like he would do whatever.
he
I
break
think
into your window.
That's called the role playing.
It's called role playing. I'm saying some people when they role play, it's like it's bad acting, but this guy, it's his job.
Yeah.
So it was
Wow.
great, and it was a surprise.
Was he a bad actor?
Well, I have only seen a little bit of his porn, and it was really hard to watch because he would like say the same things he would say to me, and I'd be like, so is he acting with me, or is he? So is that I love you just for me or for the porn? No. It was weird. I actually never watched his porn until I got over him. And then I would watch it sometimes.
no wonder.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh my god, he's filming that in his living room. I swear to God.
You're like, he said the same line.
Like, he was filming porn on his couch where we fucked, filming porn. Like, he was putting a camera in the living room.
Other DNA.
Oh, it wasn't a good idea. But the other porn stars, actually, I've hooked up with a few, I'm not going to lie, after the AVN Awards, like one time each. And they were all just whatever, fine.
I don't think I'd want to hook
it's
up
not
with one.
it's not the biggest build-up ever. So I agree.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely know what they're doing.
It definitely was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely fun. It's just not the build-up that I think most people think it is. It's just, okay,
I think
now it's over.
I think it's like technically they know what they're doing. Like, it's like
yes.
if someone's like technically a good joke teller or joke writer, but they might not have the same like stage presence and delivery, that's the connection,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
But you can be as good as a porn star is the point I'm trying to make, because the last guy I
Yeah,
fucked,
if you're a good actor. So, I mean,
Or- yeah, if you just know how to read body language, that's the secret.
Yeah, definitely body language. That is correct.
I think psychics are probably the best in bed.
Ooh, I've never done that before.
Well, think about it. The whole way they tell you your quote future is they read you in the room.
Oh my
You
god.
know, they say it's your grandmother. You were close to your grandmother, and you go, and then they know they're onto something, and they're like Beatrice, and they're like Betty. Like they read you, you know. So they're probably great fucks. That's just my idea.
You're coming.
Ooh,
Yes, I am.
what do you think of cute nicknames in a relationship? Gross or you
Well,
like?
I personally love that shit
Mhm.
myself.
Me too. But I give nicknames to my friends. Even.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I kind of do that.
Yeah, like not you, but like there's certain people.
No, I know. Yeah. But are you specifically talking
I'm
about
okay with
like chicks, like in general?
I
that
guess in
you're seeing?
relationships, like do you give people
Yeah.
nicknames? I do too.
Yeah, she knows like
We have one for each other.
What is it?
What
Can
is
I
it?
ask?
What?
I call her Honey Bunny.
Honey bunny.
I call her
Mhm.
Honey Bunny.
This
And we
person
even like
say
put the
it like that.
emoji of
And
the honey
I even
and the
put
bunny.
the emojis honey and a bunny.
Maybe what I think is you shouldn't share it. Like it's
cute.
nice and cute, but then when you say it out loud like that, it makes me want to vomit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kidding. I actually think it's cute. I will admit, tell me as a girl if you agree with this. When a guy calls me baby in a text, like if he says baby, it makes me like melt and think he really, really likes me. And my friend Jackson said, no, man, like
Really?
Southern guys just say baby all the time. And it doesn't mean anything. But I think it means a lot.
I think I agree with you. It does make me feel special.
Because who says baby?
Like, yeah, who
Baby.
says that?
Southern guys.
Do you
say
call
baby.
lots of girls baby? Do you even call Yvette baby?
Well, I do.
Babe.
Well, I call her babe.
Not
No, there are
baby.
sometimes I do call her baby in a text message, or even
True.
in when we're together. The one thing she does hate is when I give, or she feels that I give other girls the same affection that I give her, and she doesn't like that at all. But that's not me being an asshole. It's just me being who
Yourself.
I am.
I think that's
I'm
just who he is.
affectionate. That's the way I was brought up, and I'm an affectionate kind of guy.
Yep.
My family is very affectionate.
You
we
are.
hug each other. We kiss each other.
There's even been times
we're
when
very
I first
loving.
met you that I was like, is he hitting on me or does he just kiss every girl on the face? He really kisses all his friends, even guys.
There you go.
I've
Even
learned.
guys.
I've
Yes.
learned. I learned that.
He kisses guys, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like, at first, for a second, I was like, is he just into everyone? Like, what is his deal? I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
He's just so friendly and lovable.
I am. And,
Well,
And I learned that.
Well, you know what's something I actually learned with age, and it wasn't until, like, last year I picked up on this, and it's the best thing I ever did. I used to, if a guy would be real affectionate and touchy with me, like the way you are, like with everyone, right? I would think that meant he was super into me because I'm not that way with just anyone. So if I am that way with you, I really like you, even if it's as a friend. But like, I don't just hug strangers or like I won't just like lean on a stranger or whatever, right?
Right.
Not strangers, but even like acquaintance, whatever.
It's like they kiss your forehead.
Right.
There's
Like
another one.
I'm not that way. Even as a kid, I remember having certain relatives that would kiss me on the lips, and I would feel like, ew, like who kisses on the lips? It's creepy. But they were like Italian, whatever. That was like how
We've
they.
had that conversation.
Yeah, we
So
have.
He knows where I stand on that.
Yeah, she doesn't like it.
I mean, I don't really like it, but then I have certain friends, like every once in a while, my friend Jackson, every now and then will give me a kiss on the lips, good night, but not in a romantic way, just like in a like.
Yeah,
just that's
it's just an affectionate, friendly. Hey.
yeah, no
good night,
tongue, not
be
holding
careful.
it. Just
Yeah.
that's it,
Be
right?
careful.
But what I was going to say is, I learned recently to pay attention to how they are with everyone else in the bar. Like, I'll notice some certain guys are that way, even with like strangers, someone they just met, they touch a lot. Like an example is Vinny,
No, example is me, goddamn.
or
Him
you.
and Vinny.
Yeah, like you guys.
Actually,
Vinny
that's
is
true. Me and
affectionate.
Vinny, we're
right?
both like that.
Vinny is a guy
brothers.
we're friends with, by the way, for the people that
Yeah.
don't know. So, like, he touches everybody. So I remember when I first met him thinking, oh my God, he's flirting with me so hard because he's so touch. But then the longer I've known him, I see he's like that with anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
So now I know not to let it mean anything, and I try to pay attention with every new guy.
You know what? That is absolutely right on, because we've had this argument and this conversation before, and she's told me right off the bat, you know what? I don't like when you hug other girls, kiss other girls. That's for me. Blah 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 blah.
Maybe
I
try not to kiss
get
him.
it. But yeah, but you
the
know what?
hugging
It's
is fine.
hard. It's hard.
But
because
it's like a,
I've always been that.
oh, hey.
He is like that, but that really is like
That's
he
totally
is
me.
so affectionate. But that's also the reason. That's the
And then
reason
he does
why.
that.
That's the reason why when I'm depressed, Rene is one of the first people I will reach out to, because no matter how depressed you are, Rene comes in like a fucking ball of rainbows. Like,
I know.
he's so
I know.
warm. And he was that way from when I first met him, but he's never tried to fuck me ever, not once, for even like a moment. It's just how he is.
It's an energy. I think it's just an energy. It's a vibe. You try to give
Good
off
light.
positive vibes. And I know sometimes that comes off as flirty.
It's the light of
I'm trying
Guadalupe
to get
inside
on
of you.
you.
And like I said, I've learned that already, so I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, I know my lane, I know their lanes. So.
Once you know, you have to pay attention to the things they do for you that they don't do to everyone else, and that's the stuff that when it starts to stop, you go, oh, like, maybe they're not into me anymore. That's what I pay attention to now.
Yeah.
Like, if a guy, when I first start talking to him, comments on all my Instagram shit, and I notice he doesn't do that with many people, I go, oh, he's flirting.
Because you're like, this guy's really like into me.
Yeah, but if he's doing
But
it
is
to
it
everyone,
also annoying?
I
Like,
personally,
is it annoying? Like,
This is
like
why
it.
I'm happy I don't have a social media. I don't have Instagram. I have Snapchat, which is completely different than Instagram. This is why I'm happy. I don't care what you're doing on Instagram. I don't need to know.
Do
All
you
I
know
need
why
to
I
know
like
is what
it?
we're doing together. We're in the moment. That's all I care about.
Well, do you know why I like when a guy comments on my Instagram if he's flirting with me? I'll be honest, because it makes me think he's not trying to hide me from someone else. Meaning, like, if he's married or has a girlfriend or some shit like that, she's going to be watching his comments. He's not going to leave
Good
any
point.
comments on my
good
page.
point. Very
Like,
good
so
point.
even if it doesn't mean he's into me, at least I know it means he's not embarrassed or hiding me. which now I've been hidden so many times. I'm like, do not fucking hide. Like, I will never be in another secret dating relationship.
Oh,
I'm not going to put it on Facebook. Fuck that. It's disgusting. But I
that's
will
the worst
never
trying to
keep
hide
a secret.
shit. Yeah.
No, never. Okay, one more. Oh, okay, two more, because this can't be the last one.
Okay.
If you do anal on the first date, is it technically not putting out? That's the stupidest. Of course it's putting
definitely putting out.
Yeah, I think
Who
it's the
does
most-
that on the first date, really?
There are girls. Oh, wait, was it Vinny or Jack that told me that story? Jack.
I think it maybe.
Jack.
Yeah,
Jack said he
it-
went out with a girl who was like, I'm a virgin, I can't fuck you, but you can do it in the butt. I swear to God. Yeah, she wouldn't let him. Yeah, that's
I'm
real.
sure Jack went, okay.
I mean, some guys don't like it, and Joey Diaz told me to never let a guy do it, or he'd never take me to dinner again, and so I'm not letting any guys do it anymore unless we're, like, fully in love together. Like, that's boyfriend shit, I tell them.
That's the over the line. Like, look, if you do me in the butt tonight, we're boyfriend girlfriend.
Like,
we
yeah,
have to-
we're married.
We have to be boyfriend girlfriend first. I say on stage it's my promise ring. That once you put your dick in my butthole, we're getting married. Like, that's it. I'm sorry, but I like fingers and tongues, but no dicks.
Oh my God.
That was a question someone asked. What does eating ass taste like? I mean, mine tastes like Skittles.
Okay, if you're asking
Like
that,
your
that's
own?
weird. But
Yeah, well, someone told me it tastes like Skittles, which is the best line anyone ever said to me.
actually, that's
He said, you have the sweetest butthole I've ever licked. It tastes like Skittles, and I have licked a lot of famous buttholes. That's an exact quote.
That's
And I
great.
said, taste the rainbow, baby.
wow. Did he break out like the commercial with Skittles all over his face?
Yeah, every
Is
time
it
we fucked
contagious?
after
Is
that,
it contagious?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
every time we fucked after that, I would rub Skittles all over my asshole right before I come to his house. Be like, taste that, motherfucker.
So it's like actual
No.
Skittles he's tasting.
Now, his tongue looked like Skittles, and that's a problem.
His tongue was rainbow colored
Yeah.
when he took it out, which is
Uh,
kind of cute.
I've never eaten ass where it's tasted like
Oh,
Skittles,
I thought you were
but
going to say you never did it.
no, I have. It's
You do it to her, right?
He's never had.
I haven't. I haven't.
I'm so sad right now in my heart. You have to do it as soon as we get off this podcast.
I
I'll go in the
probably
other
will.
room and you're eating her ass. I have Summer's Eve wipes you can
High five.
wipe down.
That's so funny.
It's happening.
The Summer's Eve wipes are the secret, guys. I wash my asshole every day with Summer's Eve.
I do too.
And see,
But I don't have the wipes. I have the soap.
I have both.
The
yeah, I have
Yeah.
the soap for my shower, and I take the wipes with me out of the house, and every guy compliments the flavor. So, just saying, give it to your girl, or use it. Does her pussy taste awesome?
Oh, fuck,
See?
yeah.
Summer's Eve makes me feel fine.
And she knows I love.
I should get Summer's Eve as a sponsor on this podcast.
Well,
I talk
don't know
about
what the
it.
hell she put
Summer's
back there,
Eve,
but
if you're
it's fantastic.
listening.
Yeah.
Take Quigley, everyone.
Yeah, and sometimes I use Suave men's body wash if I want to make a guy jealous and like make him think I showered in another dude's house.
That's a new
Oh
one.
my
That's good.
God,
Well,
that's
someone left it here.
fantastic.
By
And then you
accident.
just used it because like ran out of your own.
Actually, that's exactly how it happened. Eric Myers, when he lived with me, which by the way, this product will tell you everything about the simplicity of a guy in one product. It's fucking shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in one.
Holy smokes.
It's like $3. I'm like,
I've
this,
seen those.
it's
Yeah.
fucking
I
crazy.
don't know why
Like,
they don't make
I
them
gotta
for
get
women
that.
like that.
I use it for all three when I run out of shit. I don't care. I'll use it for hair or for my body. So I washed with it, which, by the way, it's very strong. Like, I actually was nauseous all night because I smelled like a fucking bottle of Axe, threw up on
Wow.
me. But I went out with a guy that night that I've been kind of seeing a little, but we hadn't hooked
And he
up
was like,
yet.
how many dudes did you hook up with tonight?
He seriously said something about it. He said something about it. He was
You
like,
smell like 3 dudes.
yeah. He goes, did you come from your house? Because I Ubered to meet him. I go, yeah. He goes, do you have a roommate? I could tell why he
Oh,
was
yeah.
asking.
You knew where this was going.
Wow.
And I was like, no. And he was like, huh. I was like, why? And he was like, no reason. And then I didn't say anything for most of the night. And then at one point, I finally said something like, you don't wear Axe, do you? And he was like, no, why? I go, I don't know, I've been smelling it all night. Like, I brought it up like it was on him, not me, because I kind of liked him.
Oh,
So I wanted to sort of abort the mission. I didn't want him to think I was fucking someone
right,
else.
right,
But I
right.
think it stuck in his head and it worked. He was way more into me after that.
Okay, so it didn't backfire then.
No, it didn't backfire.
And then, like, he go, I knew it.
No, but that's because I made it seem like it was coming from somewhere else.
Ah.
And then we kissed goodbye and I left. So, like, he could have thought it was in the.
He just sent you a text message later going, I felt like I kissed a dude.
No, but
Right,
other
well,
men
yeah.
have done that to
Alright,
me.
well.
So. Shout out Bronston Jones. My friend Bronston. You know Bronston.
Oh, I know Bronson.
We've never fucked. We made out
That's
one
it.
time. We made out one
Just
time.
once.
One time.
Just once.
And the next day he told me, I was so high for a second I thought I was making out with a dude. That's a quote. A dude.
And romantic.
I know.
Wowza.
We never made out again. And
Were you wearing a fake mustache?
no, I
Were you
think
wearing
Because he's got a bushy beard, doesn't
he
he?
has a really big beard, and we had never hooked up at all. And I don't know why we even made out. We were drunk. I was sad. He was sad. We were sad, and we made out. And the next day, he said, "I thought I was making out with a guy. Like I was so high. He was so high and drunk and just out of it. I think he did like some acid or something. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and we never hooked up again. And he told me now he always, when he gets attracted to me, he remembers that moment, and then he loses his erection.
Yeah. And
So.
he goes to the restroom and pukes.
I think that was a good ending, honestly. I feel like that was a good date fail for me.
Date fail.
I made out with my best friend, and he became gay for me, and then lost his interest. So, good story, guys. Okay, I actually really do like that as an ending. I'm just getting
I do
tired.
too. No,
that's why I'm.
it's all good.
That's why I'm.
Kate,
almost
thank
done.
you for having us. Thank you
Dude,
for having
yeah.
me. I love you
This
so
was
much.
fun.
Thank you. I have like 100 more questions, but what I'm going to do is screenshot all of them, and then we'll do this again. I might even do an all-girls episode and then an all-guys episode.
Ooh, that
Where
would be good.
I
Pretty
get,
interesting.
I could do the same questions to just girls and just guys, so we get more honest
That would be
answers.
really smart.
Yeah.
Same questions.
And then
Yeah,
listen to
why
them
not?
back to back. So then you have to listen to two
Yeah,
episodes. Ah! All right, Rene, plug one more time just the name of your podcast.
Name of the podcast is All Turns No Breaks. You can find us across the board on Twitter and Instagram at Turns No Breaks. You can also find me on my personal account across the board at It's Rene Garcia on Instagram and Twitter. Find me
At It's Rene Garcia, and the chick that co-hosts with you, is she cute?
yeah, actually she is. She's a very
cute.
pretty girl. Her name is
Okay.
Tam Walker, and you can find her there too at Sincerely Tam, and she is absolutely phenomenal. She is the best. She's the hardest worker that I know.
Is she single?
As a matter of fact, she is, but she has a man friend that she hangs out with.
Okay.
Technically, they're not together. It's almost like this here right now. It's the same part.
Okay. Great. Yes.
And it ends right there.
No. And, well, that's okay, because you guys technically aren't totally together, although neither of you would make out someone else in front of each other. That's kind of where you're at, I think, which I haven't
Yes.
had in a long time. So, Yvette, you probably don't want to plug. Do you want to plug something?
Nope, it's Yvette, not Yvette, with a Y, not an E.
There
Okay,
you go.
your name. She's
Yvette.
plugging her name and the spelling, the proper spelling and pronunciation.
It
of
could
her
get
name.
confusing.
You can actually. And guys, I will just plug, I am doing a photo shoot with Holly Randall. I'm going to be very honest. I'm super uncomfortable asking for money, and I have been since the beginning, and I have a Patreon, and you guys already support me. But Holly is my good friend, and she doesn't ever shoot anything outside of adult, and she wants to. So she wants to shoot me. So all we're doing is a Kickstarter to raise enough money for her to do a photo shoot with me. The photos are going to be hot, but also funny, sexy, cool. We're going to do some implied nudes, and there's different rewards if you sponsor it. So we're actually halfway to our goal, but go check out the Kickstarter. I will tweet it out, and it's pinned to the top of Holly's page. And if you want to support, you get a signed photo in the mail and all kinds of
Dope.
crap like that. So, okay, I love you guys. You're the best. I'm in Salt Lake City this weekend with Uncle Joey, and then next weekend I am at Mall of America with Jack Jr., House of Comedy, Minneapolis. So come out and see us, and it's Kate Q Funny. I love you guys. Sorry we are all over the place. I am really buzzed right now. So I'm going to go masturbate, and Renee's going to eat Yvette's asshole for the first time. Virgins. Woo! Bye, guys.